6 etiquette mistakes that quietly make you look unclassy. You could be the smartest woman in your office, wear designer clothes, and speak 3 languages, but 6 silent mistakes are quietly undermining your sophistication. These aren't obvious blunders like poor table manners. They're subtle behaviors that make people unconsciously question your polish and class. Most successful women make at least 3 of these mistakes daily, and nobody will ever tell you directly. Stay until the end, because number 6 will shock you and change how you present yourself forever. Mistake number 1, making your phone a silent intimacy thief. Putting your phone face up on the table during dinner with your partner fractures your brain once notifications come blinking. You may think you're being present, but you're not. Whilst most women believe they can manage checking their messages and maintaining conversations at the same time, it doesn't make it right. Research from the University of Essex shows that merely having a phone visible during face-to-face conversations reduces relationship satisfaction by 23%. Your phone becomes a third party in every interaction, silently communicating that whatever might appear on that screen matters more than the person in front of you. What to use instead is applying the phone flip technique. When entering any social situation, flip your phone face down, or better yet, put it away completely. This single action signals respect and intentionality. Your presence becomes a gift rather than a divided resource. High-value women understand that true luxury in our digital age isn't having the latest smartphone. It's demonstrating you control your technology rather than letting it control you. This psychology runs deeper than being polite. When you prioritize human connection over digital distraction, people feel valued. They remember how you made them feel, not what you said. Your undivided attention becomes your signature move, setting you apart in a world where everyone else is half present. This mistake costs you intimacy points in relationships, credibility points in professional settings, and respect points in social circles. Master this and watch how differently people respond to you. Mistake number 2, texting thanks as a way of expressing gratitude. Most women text thanks and consider gratitude expressed. This digital shortcut undermines your sophistication and misses a powerful psychological opportunity. A quick text feels transactional, forgettable, and frankly, lazy. The reciprocity principle in psychology states that people feel obligated to return favors. When someone receives a handwritten thank you note, they experience what researchers call gratitude debt, a positive emotional state that makes them more likely to think favorably of you and offer future assistance. What to do instead is write actual thank you notes, not emails, not texts, physical cards with your handwriting. This practice feels antiquated until you realize its strategic power. In our digital world, handwritten notes stand out like diamonds in a pile of glass. A handwritten note takes effort, and effort signals value. When someone opens their mailbox and finds your personal message among bills and advertisements, you've created a moment of genuine surprise and appreciation. That moment gets associated with you permanently. Consider the last time you received a handwritten note. Remember how it felt different from digital messages? That's the emotional response you want to trigger in others. The paper, the ink, the time you invested, everything communicates that this relationship matters to you. Professional women who master this practice find doors opening unexpectedly. That hiring manager remembers your thank you note months later when a position opens. Your mentor thinks of you first for opportunities because you demonstrated genuine appreciation through intentional effort. The investment is minimal, 5 minutes and a stamp. The return is immeasurable relationship capital that compounds over time. Mistake number 3, chronic lateness whispers, "You don't matter." Running 10 minutes behind feels normal to most women. Packed schedules, unexpected delays, traffic, lateness seems inevitable. But chronic lateness isn't a time management problem. It's a respect communication problem. When you consistently arrive late, you're sending a subconscious message that your time is more valuable than others. The person waiting doesn't think she's busy. They think, "I'm not a priority." This perception damages your reputation slowly but permanently. Stanford researchers found that people judge late arrivals as less competent, less organized, and less considerate, even when they know the person well. What to practice instead is the 15-minute buffer rule. Whatever time you think you need to arrive somewhere, add 15 minutes. This buffer absorbs unexpected delays while positioning you as someone who values punctuality and respects others' schedules. Early arrival offers unexpected advantages. You're composed when others arrive, you can choose optimal seating, and you demonstrate reliability, a trait that's increasingly rare and therefore increasingly valuable. Professional opportunities often flow to women who seem organized and dependable. Consistent punctuality builds trust incrementally. Consider implementing departure reminders on your phone 30 minutes before you need to leave. This simple system prevents the frantic rushing that makes you appear scattered and unprepared. Punctuality isn't old-fashioned, it's strategic. In a world where everyone seems overwhelmed and running behind, your reliability becomes your competitive advantage. Mistake number 4. Gossip erodes your perceived trustworthiness. Sharing that juicy story about a colleague's divorce feels harmless. You're just being social, building connections through shared information. But gossip operates like a psychological virus, and you become the carrier. When you share personal information about others, listeners enjoy the entertainment, but simultaneously file away a crucial piece of data. You can't be trusted with sensitive information. The person hearing your gossip wonders, what does she say about me when I'm not around? Neuroscience research reveals that gossip activates the same brain regions as addictive substances. It provides a temporary social high while causing long-term relationship damage. You think you're building intimacy through shared secrets, but you're actually demonstrating poor judgment and questionable loyalty. What to do instead is mastering the conversation redirect. When someone starts sharing inappropriate personal information about others, gently steer the discussion elsewhere. Say something like, "That sounds challenging for them," then immediately shift topics. This technique protects your reputation while avoiding seeming judgmental. High-caliber women understand that trustworthiness is their most valuable social currency. When people know you don't gossip, they feel safe sharing authentic thoughts and experiences with you. This safety creates deeper, more meaningful relationships, both personally and professionally. The career implications are significant. Managers rarely promote women they perceive as gossipy because leadership requires discretion. Clients don't confide in professionals who seem loose with information. Your ability to maintain confidentiality directly impacts your advancement opportunities. Practice this test. Before sharing any story about someone else, ask yourself, would I be comfortable if this person heard exactly what I'm about to say? If the answer is no, choose silence. Your reputation for discretion becomes a magnet for trust and respect. Mistake number 5, over-apologizing. Projects insecurity, not politeness. Sorry I'm late, sorry for interrupting, sorry for asking, sorry for existing. Sound familiar? Most women apologize approximately 3 times more than men, often for circumstances completely beyond their control or for taking up space they're entitled to occupy. Over-apologizing dilutes your authority and makes you appear uncertain about your right to participate in conversations, request assistance, or simply exist in professional and social spaces. Each unnecessary apology chips away at your credibility. Linguistic research shows that excessive apologizing creates a psychological impression of incompetence and low self-worth. People begin unconsciously viewing you as someone who makes frequent mistakes, requiring constant apologies, even when you're performing excellently. Rather than over-apologizing, replace it with gratitude statements. Instead of, "Sorry I'm late," try, "Thank you for waiting." Instead of, "Sorry for interrupting," say, "Thank you for letting me contribute." This linguistic shift transforms perceived weakness into acknowledged value. The psychological impact is immediate. Gratitude statements position you as someone worthy of others' time and consideration, while apologies suggest you're imposing or causing problems. Same situation, completely different power dynamic. Strategic apologies still matter. When you've actually made a mistake, damaged something, or hurt someone, genuine apologies are appropriate and necessary. But apologizing for asking questions, expressing opinions, or taking up reasonable space undermines your presence. Monitor your apology frequency for 1 week. You'll likely be surprised by how often you apologize unnecessarily. Each unwarranted sorry trains people to expect less from you and offer less to you. Mistake number 6. Table manners reveal your self-control level. You might think table manners are outdated etiquette rules, but they're actually sophisticated psychological assessments disguised as dining customs. How you eat reveals more about your self-control, awareness, and consideration than most people realize. Reaching across someone for the salt, eating before everyone is served, or speaking with food in your mouth sends subconscious signals about your impulse control and social awareness. These behaviors suggest you prioritize immediate gratification over group harmony. Neuroscientist Dr. Amy Arnstein's research demonstrates that self-control in one area predicts self-control in others. Business leaders unconsciously assess your reliability and decision-making abilities based on how you handle yourself during meals. If you can't control your eating impulses, they question your ability to control professional impulses. What to master instead is the pause principle. So before reaching, asking, or eating, take a mental pause to consider the group dynamic. Wait until everyone is served before eating. Ask for items to be passed rather than reaching. Keep conversations light and positive while dining. These practices aren't about rigid formality. They demonstrate emotional intelligence and situational awareness. You're showing that you can delay gratification, consider others' comfort, and maintain composure in social settings. The professional implications are substantial. Many important business discussions happen over meals. Your dining behavior influences whether colleagues see you as executive material or someone who lacks polish and refinement. Practice makes this automatic. During your next meal, consciously apply proper table manners until they become natural habits. Notice how differently people interact with you when you demonstrate this level of self-awareness and consideration. Table manners aren't about impressing others with your knowledge of formal dining rules. They're about proving you can navigate social situations with grace and thoughtfulness. If you've watched this far, you're part of our committed community, and I appreciate that. Type the word class in the comments to show you made it to the end. As a thank you for watching this far, here's a bonus tip for you. Something that will completely change your aura. Mastering the art of graceful exit. It's more memorable than an entrance. Most women focus entirely on making strong first impressions, but completely neglect their departure strategy. The graceful exit is psychology's best-kept secret for creating lasting positive memories. The peak end rule in psychology states that people remember experiences based on their peak moment and how they ended. Your departure literally becomes the final impression people retain about your entire interaction. What to do instead is mastering the intentional goodbye. Before leaving any social or professional gathering, personally acknowledge the host or key individuals. Make brief, genuine eye contact. Express specific appreciation rather than generic thanks. Saying, "Thank you for including me in such an engaging discussion about market trends," beats, "Thanks for having me." This practice accomplishes two crucial things. It demonstrates social awareness and creates closure. People feel acknowledged and valued by your departure, which colors their entire memory of your presence positively. The timing matters too. Leave while conversations are still engaging, not after they've died down. This creates the impression that you have interesting places to be rather than nowhere else to go. Professional women who master graceful exits find themselves remembered favorably and invited back repeatedly. Your departure becomes your signature, setting you apart from people who simply disappear or leave awkwardly. Here's a recap on the 6 etiquette mistakes that quietly undermine your class. Mistake number 1, making your phone a silent intimacy thief. Flip it face down or put it away completely. Mistake number 2, texting thanks as a way of expressing gratitude. Write handwritten cards instead, not texts. Mistake number 3, chronic lateness whispers disrespect. Use the 15-minute buffer rule. Mistake number 4, gossip erodes trustworthiness fast. Master the conversation redirect technique. Mistake number 5, over-apologizing projects insecurity. Replace apologies with gratitude statements. Finally, mistake number 6, table manners reveal self-control. Apply the pause principle during meals. Thank you for watching. We've recommended another video on your screen for you to watch next, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.